Anyway, FMU Leagues, Edition 1. We're on to Season 2 here. Okay, so we have our teams, Sturm Graz, Perth Glory and IJssel. In that order, it's Division 3 for Sturm Graz, Division 2 for Perth Glory, and then IJssel for India. Just a little note: we do actually have Napoli as well, but we had no submissions at all this season. This season. So Misty Storm is still ahead, and he has qualified, assuming he wants to play. But I mean, it looks like he'll be the only one, and he will be promoted in theory, although it may just be that we add him into the bottom league. I don't know yet. But yeah, as it stands, we have just the one qualifier, and that's Misty Storm. For the next edition, we do have 2 people on the list of people who will try and qualify. Hopefully that might grow. If you know anyone who would like to, give them a shout. Let them know about us. Tell them to watch the YouTube videos. Tell them to come see the streams and so on. We will hopefully be keeping putting these out immediately after, well, not immediately after the streams, but soon after the streams, so you will be able to see these weekly, twice weekly. So qualifiers for now, just the one, but hopefully that may change. On to eventually Division 3. It's with Sturm Graz. So Division 3, here we go. We have Gruti, who has, I think he's pulled out or got sacked or one or the other, I'm not sure. It would be nice to have Gruti back at some point. He has been very reliable in the past, so it'd be nice. Hopefully, if he decides to come back at another point, he certainly can do that. But for the moment, it looks like he is AFK. After that is Frankie, who sadly got sacked. I'm sorry, Frankie. I know this is boring for you. It's happened to me. I know it's boring. It very nearly happened to me. Not this season, but last season. I think I was probably 1 goal from being sacked last season. If I'd conceded a goal in the penultimate game of the season, we wouldn't have got into Europe, and then I think I would have been sacked. I was very, very close anyway. Then it's me, just the 92 points. It's an improvement, but not enough. I've got a little bit of improving to do, I think. Obviously, this means if I stay here, then I will stay here. I'll be staying in this division, but. Not particularly happy with that, to be honest. I want to see if I can improve that and get into triple figures next season. After that, we have Finn, who did make it to triple figures after just missing out on them last time, 105. So in the promotion positions at the moment, remember 2 people get promoted. There are some caveats to that, but assuming that everything is as it should be, 2 people get promoted. Panther on time this time. Certainly not missing his table this time, which is something. Well done, Panther. And then obviously Geo Joe, 145. I think with this team, that's a really, really good achievement. So well done, Geo Joe. Some serious FMing there. I think my chances of catching you are virtually 0. Finn is going to have to do something special, I think, because that is a very good season. So little to Geo Joe. In future, what I'm thinking is that Division 3, this is obviously dependent on all sorts of different things, but I'm thinking Division 3 might have a very small prize for the winner, and then Division 2 might have 2 prizes, and then Division 3 might have 3. That's not a promise, but I'm thinking that might happen eventually. We have been thinking about ways to monetize it a bit more, and I have actually made a little bit of money. We're talking pennies, but I've made a little bit of money this week. So as long as we keep growing it, hopefully eventually Geo Joe will be in a position right now where he's on course for an actual cash prize. It will be very small as it stands, but we won't bother until it's sort of a bit more significant. But at the moment, that's sort of our thinking. One day, pivotal 4 wins in league other than Salzburg. Yeah, well. Anyway, you did very well there. Well enough that you're you're going to have to do something really bad, I think, to not get promoted now, because I'm almost 150 points behind you. So, on to the Perth Glory Group, Division 2. And in the Perth Glory Group, we have Bale, one of the admins, got 185. That tells you this is a strong group, because 185 and he's finished bottom. I know he perhaps didn't have his best season last season, but he's 185 is a good season with pretty much anyone, to be honest. And he's bottom of the group. So, yeah, as you say, blimey. This is going to be a tough group to get out of, and I think getting into that Super League for next season is not going to be easy. As Harry the Goat will find, 237, and he's still in a relegation place. Now, obviously, if he does that again, that probably won't be the case, but that's a massive jump. 107 points in Season 1, 237 in Season 2, and you're still in a relegation place, Harrow. So, it's going to have to keep that up if you want to get promoted. I think if you do, then you will. Yeah, it's just shows the strength of this division. I think it's going to be interesting. Chris GLT then has dropped from, I think he was top of this league last time, but you can see he's only a point ahead of Harrow now, despite a poor season by the standards of this group. So luckily for him, he had a good season last season, but goodness me, he's going to need to pick things up if Harrow the Goat's going to continue to improve like that, because that is quite a staggering improvement from the first season. Well done to Harrow the Goat. I think that's possibly the most noteworthy performance of season 2, I would say. In the promotion places, though, we have Algo, who did very well as well, and had enough of a lead beforehand that the ridiculously good season from Harrow didn't quite manage to take over him. But you can see 5 points between 4th and 2nd here. It's very, very strong. This is a really good league. And then Aldi, I have to admit, Aldi, and apologies for this, I questioned this. I thought, 250, really? Where did that come from? Because 250 is, presumably it means you had a perfect season. Theoretically, you could have had other points as well. I don't know if you got other things, but 250 points, however you got them, is very, very, very good. So well done, Aldi. You only won 1 trophy, Algo. Well, okay. I assume that means you must have done one of the big challenges, I imagine. You won the Champions League. Wow. Okay. So yeah. So was this a perfect season, Aldi? Then you didn't get any extra points. Try and challenge UCL this season. Well, it's you did get the 30 points. So yeah. I know it was Aldi I was talking about though. I don't know what Aldi did to get the 250. Was it a perfect season, or was it? Did he get a challenge? I imagine he must have got a challenge, which means it can't have been quite a perfect season. But seriously impressive. And this is going to be an exciting league, particularly for that second. I think Aldi should get promoted now, but that second place, that's going to be really, really exciting, because any of you could still get that. There's 13 points separating 2nd and 5th. So between 13 points after two seasons, one of you is going to get promoted, 2 of you are going to get relegated, 1 of you is going to stay in the same place. So that is exciting. This is why we changed this format. This is it, because this kind of group is going to be so exciting. You don't get points for all the challenges, Aldi. Do we need to have a stewards inquiry here? Who's your? This is Rolex, isn't it? Rolex, are you there? He didn't claim more points for all of the challenges, did he? So you're only allowed to get what the biggest one. Cheers, Gio. Just the 30. That's fine then. So what did you miss out on then? Because that means that if you got the 30 points, that means it wasn't a perfect season. What did you not win? Not maybe the league, or the cup? Actually, the cup made more sense. If you won everything, then you should have got more than 250. Because 250 is what is a perfect season on the pitch, and then you get the bonus points of the 30 for the challenge and or youth academy. Cause, surely that would be A and A, wouldn't it? It just seems like a massive coincidence that you got exactly 250 if it wasn't a perfect season. I just assumed that it was a perfect season and then that was it. But if you got the 30 points, okay. So this is okay. So when we say a perfect season, we mean the 250 base points, which includes the confidence. I have to say, I think at some point we may need to sort of think about changing the points for confidence, because I don't think it's fair. It's lower than it should be. I know it's the same for everyone, but it just feels weird. Like, it's ridiculous that you've had a perfect season and you got supporter confidence of C+. That's just mad. I mean, the only good explanation for that would be if you had a bad transfer window maybe, and they thought that you'd made it worse. And the other thing as well is that you could, in theory, win things and not sort of do the kind of club culture things. But I mean, if you win everything, you should really be getting an A, shouldn't you? It's a strange one. We may think about changing that in future. We're not going to do it right now. We need to get this competition properly established first. But at some point, we may think about changing that. We'll see. Okay, on to the Super League. On to India. For the last time, obviously, we're not going back to India after these next couple of seasons. They criticise you for releasing 3 players, right? Okay, yeah, and that's just an FM oddity. That is the same for everyone, though. To be fair, we'll think about it, Ender. I think we need to have something there for confidence, but maybe it could be less weighted. Perhaps we'll see. They also just need to fix it as well, because it's clearly an issue. Right, on to the Super League. Now, I am the admin for the Super League, and I've been sort of watching carefully and seeing how things are going. And goodness me, this is going to be a tight league. Except for poor Pasveer. Poor Pasveer got sacked. So let's all just have a moment of silence for poor Pasveer. Casper is an absolute legend. He's fantastic. He's usually much better than this, but he's had a bit of a shocker here. Only 100 points in the Super League, and relegation is assured. He's actually the only person currently who knows for sure which division he will be in next season. And I will gradually update that as we go. But he is the only person who has a guaranteed division for next season. You'll be in Division 2 no matter what, Pasveer. But unlucky. These things happen. Right. Next up, we have, and this is where it gets close, RKJ Gaming. Exactly the same points as last year. 290. Definitely not bad, but not enough. Not enough. In third place and staying in the Super League as it stands is Vita Soy. 33 points ahead. That's a decent lead, that Vita Soy. Obviously, he was ahead of him before, but he's just extended that lead a little bit. Oh, no, he hasn't. He was exactly level with him before, wasn't he? Yeah, sorry, they had the same amount. So yeah, you've gone from being exactly level to being 33 points ahead, which is it's a decent gap, I would say. You're gonna have to mess up a little bit to not get through. Obviously, to get into promotion, but to the winning position, that's a bit different. But third, obviously, is a big deal in the Super League, because it means you stay in the Super League. So this place here, so the place that currently Vita Soy is in, is going to be a really coveted position. The next one is obviously going to feel a bit rubbish because they've just missed out if this is where they finished. In second place currently, still 2 seasons to go, but in second place currently is Ender, which means White Panther. 214 points this season, and that's a decent little lead you got there. It's a really decent little lead. So White Panther, he was top last time. He's extended his lead this time. 214 points in a league like India, I think that's pretty damn impressive. I think that really is very, very good. So well done, White Panther. Looking like you might be heading for the very first Super League win. But Ender, long way to go. If you can have a couple of good seasons, you never know. Still not over yet. So those are the league tables for the time being. Obviously, at the moment, we know that Pasveer will be in Division 3. That's sorry, Division 2. Oh, this is in the wrong order, sorry. It should be here. Division 2, down here. That's for certain. That's the only thing we know for certain, actually, because we think Gruti and Frankie are probably not going to be in this at all. So, obviously, they wouldn't be there. And then we'll be thinking about kind of who comes in and stuff, because obviously, one thing I will tell you is that the only players who can possibly be in the actual divisions next season are the people on this list. So Misty Storm can be, Optify can be, Serious Mitch can be, Andy Tecker can be, and all of these people can be. Nobody else can. With one exception, there was one person who qualified and pulled out, but he is allowed to come back in. I'm trying to remember who that was. It is Aiden. Aiden it is. He will be rejoining next time. But yeah, that's where we are now. It is Aiden, yes. So that's all good. Let's just do this. So that's where we are now. That's the leagues as we stand. Really well done to White Panther, but also to Aldi and Gio, who are doing very well in their respective leagues as well. Somehow I'm going to manage to stay in the league despite doing so badly. But that said, I am improving. I've gone up, whereas Gio, you've been getting worse. So ha! It's my one bragging right, is that I'm getting better. So good stuff.